So, 1200 Explorer. I've dropped it 4 times, spent 5 days on it, fell in love with it. One of the remarkable things about this engine is they put a lot of effort into hiding and protecting oil lines, water lines and the like, getting them out of harm's way and tidying up the look of the engine. Look at Triumph's approach to the wire wheel concept for tubeless tyres, developing 2 concentric rings, fitting the spokes within those, rather than outside on the rim here. Adds strength, torsional rigidity and lightness. Standard foot pegs for me, just a little narrow, hurt after a day standing up. If I was an owner, I would be changing them to a wider, more off-road peg. Like the 800, the handlebars have 2 positions. Undo those nuts and bolts here, turn the blocks around, and you've got a different handlebar position. Currently Triumph are offering a package. You get crash bars, a bash plate, a headlight protector, and a set of hardbox panniers. They also offer 37 other accessories for the bike. So what are the big differences between the 800 and the 1200? I think that's sort of where I come in with my view of how to view this whole test. 5 days on the bike has given me a really good opportunity to understand how it works and how it really compares to my 800. The design right down to the stand, which has got large foot and a good strong stand and a good side stand position. It goes onto the centre stand easily. No pushing and dragging and heave-hoeing to get this thing up on the stand for such a big bike. Wheel travel 190, 194 centimetres rear and front. It's 259 kilos, full of fuel, ready to go. Triumph claim a class leading 222 kilo payload, and it certainly looks and feels like it could carry that. Now this is not a trail bike and it's not an XC. This is a road bike, probably an all-road bike. We can get into the semantics of whether a road and a track are the same, but if we actually work on this theory that a track is a track and all the rest are roads, I think there clearly is an all-road touring bike. Touring is the real key. If you want to go climbing snotty hills, then we've got to start looking at the XC. You want to jump on it, throw a whole lot of gear on, throw the pillion in a billion on the back and head off for a few weeks, right to Perth, right to Darwin, do the big lap, I'd be going for the 1200. I've given it a swim. Embarrassingly, I dropped it trying to take video in the Triumph driveway and a couple of tumbles. I was forced off the road by a 4-wheel drive on the Barry Way. Crashes very, very well. Really surprising at how little damage I did. A few scratches on the plastic Triumph badge on the side of the tank. Handguards, of course. But essentially, that's about it. The things that I would like to have seen, I guess, is a bit more flexibility with the traction control and the ABS system. Computer function by selecting and scrolling. Every time the key goes off, the settings are lost. No big drama in the end once I learnt to just stall it by putting the stand down or clutch stall it, leave the ignition on and maintain the settings for the time I was riding in the dirt. The tank was originally going to be a 25 litre tank, but the styling department won over the practicality department and it became a 20 litre tank. So in Australia I think it probably needed a few more Ks in its range, but that's a minor quibble. Let's talk about on-road performance, because let's face it, a hell of a lot of us spend much more time on the road than we do on bush tracks and outback dirt roads. Handling's sublime. It's almost like it's hydraulic, moving from one to the other lean angle. The bike is so neutral and so smooth and so controllable. It can be very pinpoint accurate. Grabbing it by the scruff of the neck in a bunch of twisties, it does really well. The lower center of gravity helps you flick it from corner to corner accurately, and boy, get on the gas and give it a squirt, and it's a very exciting engine. So that's about it. Thanks to Triumph. Hope you'll have me back. Brendan, Mark and Cliff for looking after us so well, and we'll see you next time.